If you're part of a couple, you need to plan your retirement finances as a couple, but you'd be amazed at how many people fail to do this. They just concentrate solely on the main earner. It's not helped by free websites like Guide that mean you can only plan for one person. I'm going to look at planning as a couple and how that can boost your retirement finances. So here's someone's taxable income in retirement as represented by the green line. And in the early years, they're not utilizing their personal allowance. It's only really from like 2030, 2031, where they have a defined benefit pension and a state pension. And when those kick in, they then become a taxpayer. So their finances are inefficient in the first few years of retirement. If they put money into defined contribution pension, then they could have taken it out utilizing the personal allowance, so it would have been totally tax-free. So it might seem a bit neutral if someone is a 40% taxpayer and then they only pay 20% when they take money out of a pension, and that's pretty similar to someone who's a 20% taxpayer and then paying no tax on withdrawal from a pension. But what could happen is that the person with the larger pension pot could end up exhausting all of their tax-free cash and potentially be a 40% taxpayer in retirement if their pension grows large enough. And the problem is it's difficult to see whether this would happen or not, because things like tax bands are frozen until 2031 and we don't know what will happen after that date. And also it's a bit unclear what's going to happen to the maximum amount of tax-free cash in the future. It's probably going to be frozen at its current rate, but really we just don't know for sure. In retirement, it's important to have shared goals as to what you want to do in the future. And if you're only really planning around one person, then the danger is that the other person's goals are just completely ignored. There's also a risk around survivorship, where if the person who you're not planning for is the youngest person and they're the ones without the assets, they could outlive the other person for maybe like 15 years, and there might not be enough money in the pension pot to allow them to live a comfortable life. And it's only by planning for two people that you can make sure that this survivorship risk is effectively covered off. So here's the maximum amount of money that you can take from a pension under UF Plus and only be a 20% taxpayer. It's just over £59,000. If you've equalised pension wealth correctly across two people, then they could potentially have nearly £120,000 to spend and only be 20% taxpayers. By planning your finances as a couple, you're allowing them to flex around things like different timings of state pension and defined benefit pensions. So in different years, there can be differing contributions from either party in a shared retirement plan, which isn't possible if you're only planning for one person. Guide have been promising a couple's version of their website for about a year now. I think it's time to knock that idea on the head. I offer a retirement calculator spreadsheet along with coaching from myself to make sure that you get the most out of it. A spreadsheet is a really flexible way to model your finances as a couple. I've helped hundreds of people plan their finances over the last 5 years, and I've got lots of testimonials along the way. I'll put a link to the spreadsheet in the description of this video, and you can also join my free online community where we talk about all things related to retirement planning.